Explore the endless bounds of space with all new LEGO building sets. From engineering wonders like LEGO Technic NASA Apollo Lunar Roving Vehicle to astronaut dog walkers, there is a perfect LEGO set for everyone on Earth. First launched in 1978, space sets have been igniting people's curiosity through the ultimate creative medium of LEGO bricks. Their newest collection is sure to propel the wonder for exploration and adventure across the galaxies. Be inspired by LEGO sets that are out of this world. Visit Amazon.com/LEGO Space to see the full collection.
Welcome to How to Survive with Danielle and Kristine. We're here to help you get through the catastrophes that could kill you.
Avalanches, bear attacks, knife fights.
And the stuff that really keeps you up at night.
Texting mishaps.
Sexting mishaps.
Being catfished.
I'm really worried about getting osteoporosis.
Me too.
My bones are like chalk.
I'm getting you a glass of milk right now.
Should we just play the song?
Yeah, okay.
Ground is shaking under our feet, mountains on fire, flooding in the street. Can't breathe the air, can't fight the feeling. Goblin down, Xanax ain't the way to be dealing. Gotta do better than just getting high. We gotta stick together if we're gonna survive. Ooh, how to survive. Ooh, how to survive.
Hello, and welcome to How to Survive.
Hi.
Hi, Kristine. How are you?
I'm in a really good mood. I've got this fancy coffee.
tell.
Look how tiny it is.
The tinier, the fancier, right?
It cost a lot.
Is it a demi-tasse?
I don't even, that sounds like something, that's ballet, right?
No, honestly, it was in my crossword yesterday,
Oh my gosh, I love crosswords.
which was a small cup of strong coffee.
It is a small cup of strong
It's not
coffee.
super small.
But
It's
it's the M latte. It's their fancy coffee.
Oh, okay.
That they do themselves. Which crosswords do you do? I think you do a week, right?
I used to do the week because I used to get the week, but this is, which is a magazine, but this is just it's an app. I don't know what it's called.
Oh.
It's some crossword thing. And it's you just have to know what an Eskimo knife is and what a hotel amenity is, because those are in it every single time.
Oh, so they do a lot of that.
There's a lot of repeats.
Okay.
The hotel amenity is ice. And I will never remember what an Eskimo knife is called, but I know it has at least one, if not two U's in it.
Okay. Well, yeah. No, I mean, there's somebody out there that's going to tell us, right?
Right.
Here's my favorite. New York Times, Sunday papers.
Oh, wow.
The New York Magazine's crossword.
Is it different than the New York Times?
I don't know
Crossword?
because I only get the Sunday paper, which I've actually stopped because they were just piling up.
Yeah.
But the magazine's crossword I love.
So the magazine comes in the newspaper?
Yeah, New York Times Magazine.
Comes in the newspaper.
Yeah.
So there's the Sunday crossword puzzle in the paper
Yes.
and the Sunday. And I've heard it gets harder throughout the week.
Yeah, maybe
In the
it's
New
the
York
hardest one. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Well, that's pretty fancy. I like
it a lot.
Mine are fairly easy.
But I've stopped now, so I have to get my crossword fix elsewhere.
Yeah, just get an app.
I don't like doing it on my phone, though. Here's the thing. I love to hold a pencil. I really do.
We all know that about you. You and Bob Dole. Why do you love to hold a pencil?
Bob Dole loves to hold a pencil?
Well, he'd love to hold a pen. I don't know if he loved to, but remember because his hand was screwed up from the war.
Oh.
So he had to hold I don't know why he had to, but he did. Maybe it flailed all about, if not holding a pen. Maybe it's attached from his arm.
I'm learning a lot about Bob Dole, which I wasn't expecting in the first couple
That was the
minutes
whole
of
thing.
this episode. Yeah, we're going to have to learn. You know, I'm not going to do a deep dive on Bob Dole.
No.
But I do want to know about this pencil thing. I
hate the sound of a pencil. Writing. I can't stand it.
But what if it's a really nice pencil?
If it's a really sharp pencil, I can deal. But
I really like a sharp, fancy pencil.
Okay.
I get pencils for Christmas sometimes.
What we're going to learn today is how to survive a home invasion, which is when someone is not in your house and then is in your house.
Yes, I can tell you that I don't really have this fear, but I went through this short period of time after reading Michelle McNamara's book, about the Golden State Killer.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of the name of her book. It's excellent reporting and just so well written. And it is called Hold On. Alone in the Dark. No. Garen, do you know the name of this book? It's right on the tip of your tongue, right?
Just Google.
Alone in...
I will come in the night. I will come in the dark.
Something about the dark.
That's you, Garen.
Michelle McNamara. It is.
Come in the dark.
Okay, we're going to come back to the name.
We'll come back to the name.
But it's about the Golden State Killer.
Yes.
And I was so terrified while reading it. Like, I couldn't read it if I was alone in the house. I would read it at night. And then when my husband would go to work, I'd be like, can you help me just look through the house to make sure no one's in the house? And I mean, I knew no one was in the house, but it just made me so scared.
So yesterday I finished reading a book called The Golden Boy.
Okay.
Which is about a wealthy Manhattan 30-year-old who killed his father.
Okay.
It's a real story. What is it called?
I'll Be Gone in the Dark. My
I'll Be
God.
Gone in the Dark.
Okay.
That is a complicated title.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it goes through his trial and everything, and he had major psychological problems, but was tried, they tried to do the insanity plea and etc. And but the notion struck me that if you're a juror, you have to spend time in a room with a murderer.
Yes.
And no one ever says that's scary.
Yes.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, you're forced to be in a room with a murderer.
Pretty scary.
There was no question he did it.
Yeah.
It was just whether or not he was criminally responsible.
And
for
was
it.
he?
They found him guilty, not on... No, they didn't find him reason of insanity. Because he knew what he was... There's like a definition of insanity that precludes you from being tried.
Okay.
Or from being found guilty, rather.
Yeah.
And that's like that you don't know what you're doing and you don't know the difference between right and wrong.
Yes.
And you don't know the enormity of what you're doing. But he had planned it out, and... So he knew what he was doing. He knew it was wrong. He called his lawyer when he got back to his apartment. But he has lifelong schizophrenia, and he was never treated properly.
Okay.
I mean, he had many psychiatrists,
Yes.
but he was never institutionalized, and he should
Oh,
have
what a
been.
mess. I was on a murder trial, right?
No, what?
I was a juror on a murder trial.
So you were in a room. Was he found guilty?
There was two people. It was two people being tried for the murder.
Oh my God.
And so both trials happening concurrently.
Okay, yes.
And it ended up going on for, I think, 8 or 12 weeks.
Oh my God.
It was really long. And we deliberated for a really long time because it was really a difficult case, and it ended up being like a mistrial because two people, I think 10 of us were just like, yes, they probably did it, but you can't convict if you don't have, it's beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
And we were like, there's doubt.
Had some doubt.
There's doubt.
Right.
Yes, we think they probably did, but it doesn't matter if you feel, it's not about your feelings.
It's not about your feelings, Chris.
It's facts, not feelings.
So there was a mistrial because you guys couldn't come to a unanimous decision.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting experience,
Wow.
though. I'm glad I had it, even though it was a difficult
But did you
time.
ever think, I'm in the room with two murderers?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, they probably did it.
I know, I just think it'd be scary. So you know what else is scary?
Yes.
My transitions. Okay.
I like your transitions. I think they're good.
Well, here's something that won't make you happy.
Okay.
Home invasions and burglaries in the U.S. occur every 15 seconds.
Holy moly.
We had our house burglarized, but we were not home.
Okay.
Thank God. One out of every five homes experiences a violent home intrusion or burglary.
1 out of 5? That's a
but
lot.
again, that's burglary, so I think you might not be home.
But still.
I know that seems high,
It does seem like a lot.
Yeah, but if you go on to next door, that seems low. If you go on that app. Most home invasion crimes begin with the intruder entering forcibly through a locked door.
Okay.
Usually a swift kick or heavy shoulder slam is all it takes. These are just some facts I'm laying out.
No, I want the facts. I'm here for the facts.
Okay.
Not feelings.
Of all the available home defense weapons, what do you think the most effective one is?
I think I have a good guess.
Yeah, what is it, Chris?
Dog.
Actually, it's your brain.
Oh. Mine? Well, Piccolo, 1776. Can we go back in time to some of my greatest hits? None of my brain should be the...
No matter what type of home defense weapon you use, you have to be able to think tactically. That's why they're saying it's your brain. You have to just really be on your toes.
Okay.
Okay, here are home defense tactics that will help you survive a violent home invasion. Mm-hmm. You need to develop a code word that will help. That will tell your entire family that it's time to spring into action. So this is something they're saying ahead of time.
Okay.
These are things you can do.
Like a safe word.
Yeah, they're saying like it can literally be escape. It doesn't have to be, purple piccolo.
But I like purple piccolo.
It could be purple piccolo. Designate a safe room in your home where everyone can go at the same time. This room should be stocked with several specific items that will help you survive the upcoming fight.
Oh, boy.
The one thing that you have to have in this room, of course, is a phone.
Oh, okay.
Do not, under any circumstances, leave the safe room. So
Okay.
if you get to the point where this has happened and you're in the safe room, stay in the safe room. If you have your family in the room with you, resist the urge to put your cape on and fight the invaders single-handedly.
I need a cape too?
Well, that should be in the safe room, from what I understand.
Okay.
But don't put it on.
I'm excited that I get to get a cape.
Yes. Now, this is pretty interesting. They're saying you should develop something called you look like you have a question on your mind.
I'm just on the tip of my toes.
You are on the tip of your toes. Develop a fatal funnel.
Fatal funnel.
That means if you're using a gun. So they're saying in some cases you might have a gun.
Okay.
Some people have
have a gun room.
For some people named your brother
Yes.
have gun rooms.
Yes.
If you have a gun and you're using it for self-defense, what saying you should do is position yourself in the corner of the safe room that is on the opposite side of the door
Okay. With your gun.
with your gun. This will give you the maximum amount of time to decide if you're going to shoot, because
Okay.
the last thing the intruders see when they burst through the door, you'll be the last thing
Yes,
they see when you burst
yes.
through the door. In this instance, you have the advantage because they will have to make an assessment of the room before they make a move. You only have to decide if you're going to shoot or not.
Okay.
You will know that it's either the police coming to your rescue
Oh, right.
or the bad guy coming to harm you by having this tunnel of vision or this fatal funnel.
Fatal funnel.
Sounds really...
It sounds like something you'd get at the carnival. That, like, makes you
100%.
feel really bad afterward, Like,
Are you okay? Just got the fatal funnel. Oof.
it had a lot of powdered sugar on
With
it.
raspberry sauce.
Man, I should have skipped the raspberry sauce. I feel
and-
like the police, honestly though, aren't the police going to announce themselves? Like,
Well, what if it's like a movie where they come in and they're all quiet and they make noises at or signals to each other.
oh yeah, like,
Go, shoot. Yeah, they point their eyes.
They're
and they go
doing
like
the,
that.
like-
And what they're
Yeah,
doing
that's
is they're
true.
opening one door at a time and they
Yeah.
see you're there and they're probably going to tell you to be quiet and they're still looking for the intruder.
okay, good point. Good point.
So here's the final sentence of this
Tip.
Just make sure you don't shoot the police.
Good point. Yeah. But listen, I feel like if I accidentally shoot the police, that's their fault. They should have
Well,
let me know
yeah.
they were the police. Like,
Yeah.
don't come into my house and be all sneaky.
Yeah, but that's going to just make extra noise and that's going to attract the bad guy.
Okay.
Well, it might scare him off. I don't know. It's up to you whether you shoot the police.
You know
or
what
not. I
I'm
don't recommend
thinking?
it.
I'm not getting a gun
Yeah, I know.
because
I'm
I
not-
feel like that's just going to put me in more danger.
it's a bad call, in my opinion. But some people, they wanted to feel safe and they only keep it in their
You know
home.
what?
And
Guess what? It's their right as an American.
Stay in the safe room until the police arrive, no matter how long it takes.
Okay.
Even if you are pretty sure the home invasion is finished and the intruders have left, do not leave the safe room.
Okay. What's your safe room, Danielle? Have you?
Well, I hadn't done this until now, but I'm guessing it would be my office because it's the last room
Okay.
from the front door, although it's the closest room to the back door. So maybe that's not a good idea.
I almost feel like I'd want a safe room that also has a window I could escape from.
Oh,
Maybe. Because at first I was
Yes.
like, well, the bathroom, because I can lock multiple doors to be in the bathroom. But then I'm like, but if I want to get me and my kids out of the house,
right.
maybe it's better to have a room that has a window we can also like climb
Oh,
out
God,
of.
yeah. Because some of our windows have bars on them, so we wouldn't be able to climb out. But some don't. Yeah, I guess the bedroom. I guess our bedroom. I'm
Okay.
just letting everyone know that we don't have bars on our bedroom door. So swing on by anytime.
Let's just let everybody know how unsafe we are. Come on over and murder us.
But we do have an alarm system, which I'll get to later. Okay. So you can't be sure the attackers aren't lying in wait to take your family by force to hold you as hostages or
Jeez
cause harm.
Louise.
So that's what they're saying. Even if you think they're gone, Don't leave until the police come.
Okay.
Stay in the room until the police have cleared the house and tell you to come out before you decide the home invasion is over.
I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere either.
I've got Netflix in my safe room.
I was going to say, at least in your office, you have computers.
Yeah.
What would you watch if you were hiding out from bad guys?
Panic Room?
Panic Room.
Because that might give me some
speaking
tips.
Speaking of Jodie Foster, yeah.
Yeah.
You would, yeah.
That might give me...
You might want to watch something that would calm you down, though.
That's true. Ted Lasso?
Yeah, I knew you were going to say Ted Lasso, but that's...
I've already seen all of it, though.
You've already seen all of it.
Probably, you know what? I bet my kids would want to watch Friends because they've just gotten into Friends.
Calming.
So, there's, 10 seasons?
Yeah.
So we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That would distract them.
The Office?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one, too.
Yeah.
Okay. So...
What would you watch?
That's a good question. What would I watch? Something to calm me down. Mm-hmm. You know what I always watch when I'm trying to... this probably wouldn't distract me from burglars, but when I'm like trying to sleep and I can't sleep for some reason, I put the TV on. I put on Treehouse Masters.
Oh.
Have you ever watched Treehouse Masters?
I've heard of it, but I've not watched it.
It's like this goofy guy who makes these amazing, tree houses for people. They commission him. It's not like it's free. It's very expensive. But he's so enthusiastic about trees and tree houses.
Yeah.
That is borderline psychotic. But it's very sweet. And he's just like you'll probably find out one day that he has some dark, shady, underbelly.
Yes.
Because
he's doing home invasions.
He's probably doing home invasions. And he can spy on them from the treehouse. That's why he builds all the treehouses.
Of course.
So
he's a weirdo.
Have a 360.
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly right.
That soothes you, though.
Okay, so here are some more ways to decrease the risk of experiencing a home invasion in the first place. Treat all accessible windows with a protective glass security film. So I looked this up.
Oh.
And it's not expensive, but what it is it's like a sheet of plastic, I think, like an adhesive that you attach to your glass windows, as opposed to your wood windows.
Wood windows are not helpful.
No,
but actually, they probably would be good.
They're harder to see through.
They are,
but they're stronger.
They are strong. Those wood windows. So it's like So it's harder for them to punch their arm or one of those glass puncher things.
Yes, whatever you're punching with, the glass will shatter, but it's held in place.
Oh.
So it just buys you some extra time. It's not like they can't ever get through it, but it buys you some time, which I thought was smart. Add outdoor LED security motion lighting to the perimeter of your home.
Okay.
We have that.
Yeah, we have that.
Ensure all entry doors to your home are constructed of solid wood or metal, not hay. Don't use straw.
Oh my God, we've made such a big mistake. All our doors are hay.
Well, it's trendy, but...
It looks cool.
Yeah. Replace standard exit door hinges with steel screws that are at least 2.5 inches in length.
Okay.
Ensure that all sliding doors and windows are equipped with anti-lift or anti-slide features.
Like those bars that you put down?
Yeah, or just like a wooden dowel. You know how you can do that. Install high-grade deadbolts, quality locks, and peepholes with a wide-angle lens on all entry doors. Now, I don't know where you get a wide-angle lens. It sounds like something out of a Hitchcock movie. I don't know where you get the peephole.
Is that kind of like having a Nest camera that people have now with their doorbells?
Yeah, but this just literally says a peephole with a wide-angle. Do you know what that is,
it just means
Karen?
You can see more.
Like a fisheye, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, I always said the thing about the dowel. Install a high-quality security door brace at the base of the interior. Okay, so I looked this up too. This is interesting. You can get it, again, just something you can order offline. It's a brace that you put on the floor in front of your front door. And when you go to close it at night, it's like you're locking it in place.
Okay.
At the bottom.
Like a door jamb almost, but like sturdier.
Yeah, and you slide it into place and it locks. So that once again, because they said, if you recall from my beginning of my presentation.
I've listened so intensely. I'm absorbing everything, really.
You're engaged.
I'm so engaged, yes.
They often kick in the front door.
Okay.
So this prevents it, or at least, again, slows
it
down.
Where discourages.
You have time to call 911. Never open the door to a stranger, including repairmen, delivery people, or anyone else you're not expecting. Ask delivery people to leave deliveries that you are not expecting on the doorstep so that they can be robbed by porch pirates, and then you have a different kind of crime. Let's see. Alarms.
Okay.
A home alarm won't stop a determined home intruder, but if the alarm is obscenely loud,
Okay.
which I guess means sex noises,
That would be the best alarm.
that would be such a good alarm. Wouldn't that freak you out?
Oh my God, that would
but
be
it might
amazing.
draw other people in.
That's the ones you don't want, though.
Well, yeah, you don't want any of them.
That's true. You don't want any of those people, but
If it's obscenely loud and the system is capable of detecting a breach of a window or door, having an alarm may allow you the precious seconds needed to get to a safer place. If you have a home alarm, always keep it set.
yeah.
Okay. In addition, prominently post signs that come with the alarm. You know, when we were kids, I think people would just somehow get the signs.
I think people maybe still do that.
Right.
You know, they're
So
just
even if
like,
you don't
we are
have an
protected by AWP. Is that a real alarm company?
It's something like that.
I'm close.
I don't know. AW, root beer?
That's right. Yeah. I worked at a root beer stand.
Of course you did. Where did you work at a root beer stand?
In Ohio, when I was like, it was my first job when I was 14 and I lied and said I was 15. And it was, I had to go to people's cars and put the trays on the windows.
Oh.
You know, one of those. It was a root beer stand.
Did you wear roller skates?
No, but it was everything but. And the woman I worked for was so mean. And you had to do shorthand of all the like ketchup and mustard on the when you took the order. But like none of it logically made sense to me. Like it wasn't like the M was for mustard or the
Right.
K was for ketchup, but nobody trained me, so I didn't know. It was just like, you work here now.
Why did they train you?
I don't know, because they were just like teenage boys and their mom owned it, right?
Oh.
And so then the day I worked for her, she kept saying like, you're getting this wrong. This is all wrong. And like, I was like, I'm going to cry.
Oh.
And then at one point she said, you're going to eat your next mistake.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I didn't eat hot dogs at that point. I think I'd become a vegetarian.
Oh, okay.
And so I left that day and I never went back.
Wait a second. You worked one day?
Well, I think that was like my first week, and that was the first time I worked for her. And I got paid $1 an hour. And
What?
Yeah, because that was what they paid you. And I think so. I had like a check waiting for me for like $20. I think they owe me a check still for $20.
Was this an A&W? Or it was like
I think it was me. They served A&W root beer, I think, but I don't know if they were officially an A&W. But like they had root beer floats and
Yeah.
these icy mugs.
the
People loved
the frosty
it.
mugs.
Yeah.
It seems like a strange punishment. You're going to eat your next, because unless did she know you didn't eat hot dogs?
No.
So isn't that usually an incentive for a teenager to?
Yeah. The way she said it,
screw
though,
up?
it did seem like definitely
You're
a
going to
punishment.
eat your next.
You're going to eat your next mistake.
Did she mean the money would come out of your check, or did she literally mean you're going to eat the hot dog?
To me, I took it as you will actually, I'm going to make you eat a hot dog.
weird.
And I was like,
Except-
I am quitting this job because I will never eat a hot dog.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Anyway, sorry for the digression.
No. I love hearing about your layered past. When making a call to 911, you don't have to speak to the operator and ask for help to receive it. So what they're saying is,
Oh, you can
if
just be
you're-
silent?
Yes. If it's off the hook long enough, or if it's on,
They'll know
long
something's
enough,
wrong.
Yes, and they will send.
You don't have to
someone
like
you.
tap Morse code into
Right.
the phone.
No,
That's good because I don't know Morse code.
I don't either.
I'd just be like tapping my finger and hoping
Right.
they would understand. Like,
Right. I was trying to think of like certain phones make noise when you tap the keys. Like I've been on the phone and just like, I guess I rest my cheek against
Yeah.
it, and suddenly like there's horrible noises coming out. Of the phone, not my
you
cheek.
think the phone is like, stop it.
Yeah.
That's the phone's cry for help.
Right. But they're saying so even a little kid can learn how to dial 911
Mm-hmm.
and they don't need to say anything, because if they just stay on the line, someone will come. Guess what the next step is, Chris?
The dog? I keep waiting.
I'm so sorry. I don't think a dog plays any part in this.
Stay calm.
And level-headed
course.
as possible. Keeping your wits about you will help you recognize life-saving opportunities and take appropriate action, whether it be a chance to escape, dial 911, or physically debilitate the intruder. Remaining calm and thinking strategically can save your life.
I might have to fight somebody.
Yep. In addition to keeping calm and level-headed, be sure to keep the following advice in mind. Never put up a fight over personal belongings.
No.
No matter how
Take
valuable,
it.
they're nowhere near as valuable as the life of you and your family, and okay, your dog.
Take it all.
Take it all. Don't be a hero, Billy.
Billy.
Isn't that the song? Billy, don't be a hero.
What?
You don't know the song?
No. Who sings it?
I was gonna just say your mama on reflex, but I don't really know. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised Garen doesn't know because he's younger than us. But
I don't think I know that one.
Garen's,
Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods?
yeah, you know, Bo Donaldson and
Yeah.
Haywood.
Oh, those guys are girls.
Those Haywood.
Oh, that group of Haywoods. You didn't tell me it was that group. I'm not aware of that classic
Oh, okay.
hit from the time period. I don't know.
I'm sure it's the 70s.
Okay. I know a lot of music from the 70s, but not that one.
Never attempt to follow an intruder after he has left your home. Immediately contact the police and let them pursue the criminal. Yeah, don't think.
Don't chase him down.
Don't chase him down and suddenly you've come up with the best comeback.
Give me back my IKEA couch.
You should never willingly leave. Oh, never leave with an intruder.
Oh, don't go to a second location?
Don't go to a second location.
Where are you taking my stuff? I just want to see where my stuff is going.
Yeah, ever. Okay. Now, I tried to find real examples of home break-ins. Mm-hmm. It's hard because I couldn't tell if people were just making shit up. Right?
Oh.
So I finally found one that was linked to a news story.
Okay.
Now, this is what you're not supposed to do, but I'm just going to let you in on this story because I found it amusing.
Yes, please.
A burglary suspect got quite the surprise Wednesday morning. Police say Robert Cole tried to break into a home but ended up hogtied in the front yard. The picture is making its... Oh, there's a picture. Okay. Police say Cole was bum rushed and hogtied by the homeowner after he tried to break into the house. He's like a superhero, said Danae Houston. That's the wife.
Okay.
Superhero. So maybe he did put the cape on.
Yeah.
She said she's awfully proud of her husband and how this would-be burglar ended up. I got adrenaline running through me like nobody's business right now, and being 9 months pregnant doesn't help any, Houston said. It all started when the Houstons heard the glass break outside their daughter's bedroom around 6 o'clock Wednesday morning. Ooh. Okay, that's scary.
Yeah. That
folding chair was in her bedroom, shattered glass all over the place, and I said, a raccoon didn't do that, and he was just like, oh God. They heard rustling inside the garage, and Houston's husband went to the front door. And then he waited for him to come out, and then he bum rushed him.
Sheesh.
He did more than just bum rush him. Her husband tied Robert Cole's hands and feet behind his back, hogtied him. I was like, that's my man.
Oh, wow.
I was really proud of him, Houston said. This is the best part.
I can't wait.
As soon as Cole was tied up, Houston said her husband turned to her and said he had to leave. Had to go to work.
Honey, take care of this.
I know you're 9 months pregnant.
But I gotta
if you could just look after our prisoner when I go to work.
I've taken care of my end of the deal. Now you've got this, right, honey?
The reporter says that's why we couldn't talk to him today.
Look. He can't lose his job. He's about to be a dad. Again.
Oh, he called police and let his wife watch over his catch. How many bad excuses had the guy had
already?
Of being late to work that he couldn't...
I can't be late again.
There's not one more. I cannot possibly... Maybe taking a picture of the guy tied up
and send
it to work.
We don't know what kind of job he had. Like, what if maybe he was... getting ready to go do like a really important brain surgery on a child.
Yeah, maybe.
And there was no one else that could do that kind of surgery.
Yeah, I don't know if these are maybe. I mean, who knows? That's just the type of person he is, you know? That's just the type of person he is. Business is business. I gotta take business.
Business is business.
I gotta take care of business. He's safe. The police are coming. I gotta go. That's the woman basically quoting her husband. Houston said her husband was never into rodeo or anything, but he does work with horses and knows his way around.
He was never into rodeo.
No, but he just knew.
Yeah.
But it does beg the question. When he had finished tying Cole up, did he raise his arms in victory?
Wait, this is somebody who wrote this? This is the person who wrote the article?
What happened was the reporter asked, like in the rodeo.
Oh, yeah.
Once he hogtied the assailant... I don't know if that's the right word in this.
I like it. Let's go with it.
Did he raise his hands in victory like they do in the rodeo?
I hope so.
She said, he didn't do that. He was just like, nods head. Kind of like the head nod. Like, okay, what's done is done.
Like it was not just another day for him.
Yeah. Robert Cole faces one charge of first-degree burglary. Police at the scene said he appeared to be on drugs and believed he was actually, in another town.
Okay.
Jenks? I don't know. I think this might be Ohio, actually. I'm not sure.
It probably is.
I'm not sure.
Well, you get those confused.
Anyway, he was charged with larceny and possession of drugs.
Oh, God. How badly do you want to see this whole thing, though, on the actual news?
I do.
Like them speaking.
I also just want to see the guy driving off and leaving his... I don't know why it matters that she's 9 months pregnant, but it just seems like...
It does.
Well, yeah, because if he gets loose or something, she can't... What's she going to do?
Well, also that it's not a big deal.
No, it's
that
just
he's
like...
just like, all right, I took care of that.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to work.
I would stay, but I gotta clock in.
Yeah. Well, I gotta go to work. Like,
yeah.
I can't be late.
Right. And she's okay with it.
And
Those
she's
two
like-
found each other.
Yeah. Well, they needed to.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to find a soulmate, but if you can find someone who thinks it's okay to leave you 9 months pregnant with a burglar.
And then also is like, he's a hero.
And think he's a hero.
Not like, can you believe he just left?
But anyway, don't do that. If someone is breaking into your home, don't hog tie them.
That's just a situation where it worked out. But I would say like there's probably 10 stories to that one where a person tried that and they're dead now.
I'm guessing more than 10. But yeah, also he must have bum rushed him holding the rope, right? Because unless he had her get the rope. Like maybe he
go get the rope I used to tie up people.
To tie up burglars.
I'm also imagining her husband is like a guy who's like 6'4" and 300 pounds. And that little guy was this like little Weasley strung out guy
drugs,
who's like 92 pounds.
That's right.
And he was like...
Yeah, he probably just sat on him and reached with his long arm for a piece of rope that they just had. Because they were in the garage.
Picked him up. Like, it was like The Rock and Martin Short.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where he was just like...
That would be, yeah. Oh, don't put that in the universe. That's going to be a new movie. Do not put The Rock and Martin Short.
Think how good that is for Martin Short. He's in this major film making a lot of money.
I know.
That's millions of dollars for Martin Short.
And I like Martin Short, and I love Martin Short, and I don't dislike The Rock.
The Rock is charismatic.
Yeah, I just don't know if I want to see like
that broad, dumb movie.
Yeah.
What if it's really good though? What if it's Martin Short created it and it's his thing? He made it up. He wrote it.
He made it up.
He made it up.
Made up by Martin.
Made up by Martin Short.
As long as they don't at the last minute replace The Rock with John Cena.
Oh God, no!
I got enough of him.
Oh, I can't look at his thighs.
You can't look at his thighs.
Oh God, they make me uncomfortable.
So muscular.
Oh God,
have you seen him in shorts or something?
No, he's in that trash bag commercial where he's like likes the smell of the scented trash bags, which I also can't handle. Trash bags that are scented.
I agree, 100%.
God, I can't handle it. It makes my head hurt.
Yeah.
And he likes the way they smell, and they show him in his full body, which is way too like muscular, which I don't like that. But his thighs are like big, thick tree trunks, and he's wearing these really tight pants. And I'm just like, oh God, no.
So I've had this thought before. Are there actually women, and there must be, who find that appealing?
I think.
Right?
Yeah. Maybe they're women who also work out a lot, like they're women bodybuilders.
Yeah.
Or just like women who... Like, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I think The Rock is very handsome, but he's way too big for me.
I just don't find it appealing.
That bigness.
But there must be, because it's some sort of ideal, so some people like it. Do men like that? Do gay men like that, Garen?
Not me.
Not you.
But
some men
do.
like a really muscular...
Probably men who are also really into being muscular, maybe. I don't know. We have to ask the men. And
I'm into like
women,
a Chris Maloney muscular.
Let us know.
But I'm not into like a Rock.
When they're like that, it's too...
Like they have breasts.
Like is it Jason Momoa? Is that his first name? Like also so...
Yeah, I don't get it.
So big.
I think some women like... Well, Lisa Bonet is tiny. She's not a big muscular gal. So some women just like the ultra masculinity of it, I guess.
But I mean, she was with Lenny Kravitz before that, and he's pretty tiny.
He's a toothpick.
He's
tiny.
He's
short.
little. He's like little, like a like
she doesn't have a type.
I think she just fell in love with his mind.
Wait, who is Jason Momoa's or Lenny Kravitz? Oh my God, Christina's cracked herself up. I love it. Oh my God, that's adorable.
I hate that I'm laughing so
No,
hard.
I love it. I love it so much. She fell in love with Jason Momoa's wife.
I mean, it's not about his body.
No.
It's up here.
She fell in love. If she could find a man with Jason Momoa's mind and Lenny Kravitz's body, she'd be in heaven.
She could just smash them together.
Because didn't she break up? Didn't she and Jason Momoa break up?
No, they're still together.
Oh, I thought they got divorced for some reason or broke up or something.
I think they're still going strong. For long, they've been together for a long time.
I know. Oh, God.
Types.
Yeah, I'm more on the Lenny Kravitz. But if I had to hear Lenny Kravitz sing one goddamn song, even one song, I would be like, get me Jason Momoa. I can't stand his songs.
Okay, I like some of his early music. Early.
And then like the leather pants and the whole like.
Yeah. It's a little too much.
It's a lot, right?
Yeah.
I think Jason Momoa might be actually easier to talk to than Lenny Kravitz.
Well, I think he might not take himself so seriously.
Yeah. Ironically,
I don't know. He might have a better sense of humor.
I think so.
But I bet Lenny Kravitz is really good at sex.
Yeah. Remember when his dick fell out of his pants? Do you remember that?
And he was like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. It's got it.
Yeah.
What happened? His pants split open, right?
I think
And he wasn't wearing underwear?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was wearing leather pants.
He's like, I don't care if everyone sees my dick. It's amazing.
In fact, why not?
You should all enjoy it.
He's probably good at sex, but I feel like he would put on his own music.
Yeah.
Don't you? Like, I just feel like...
Let me play a song for you, baby.
I feel like there'd be incense and Lenny Kravitz
there would definitely be incense.
Barf.
Yeah.
You might as well give me a Glade smelly trash bag.
And
it would,
like, if you farted, it would be really bad.
What?
Like during sex with Lenny. It wouldn't be funny. Like, it would be awful.
Is that something that happens?
Sometimes.
With you?
Not with me. I'm saying in general. Like, I'm not a person who just farts during sex.
But wouldn't it be better because there'd be incense and it would cover it up?
I'm saying, like, if
he
you're
wouldn't
with
laugh.
Jason Momoa, like,
He would laugh.
You could be like, you could both laugh about it and it would be
I
funny
see
and
what
you
you're
could
saying.
keep having sex and it wouldn't be like.
Right.
But with Lenny Kravitz, it would be like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
This
be
is
like, babe, you killed my vibe.
Yeah, like.
He'd use the word babe a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He'd call you babe a lot.
And then his jewelry would like smash you in the face as you were having sex. Isn't he a guy who wears like
all his necklaces would bang you in the face.
Oh, God. I don't like overly masculine or underly masculine, it turns out.
He wears way too many scarves. When we come back, we're going to hear some good tips on how to survive a raccoon invasion.
I can't wait.
It's going to be exciting.
We'll be
Stay
right back.
tuned. Welcome back to the show. I'm very excited, as I'm sure you are, Danielle.
Very.
We've got Jessie Gaskell here.
Yes, who is an old friend of ours. What?
No.
We all met as writers on the dish.
Yes.
So it's like a little mini gal reunion here.
It is.
Let's dish.
Love Jessie, and I want to tell the audience how accomplished she is. She is Conan writer. She's also one of the hosts of the very fabulous podcast Inside Conan.
Yes.
New episodes coming in the fall. By the time you hear this, they're probably up. So go subscribe and like and follow and all that stuff. Also a writer on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
So make sure you watch that because it's heaps of fun.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the tagline. Yeah.
I mean, I knew that.
Tell us, I don't know what this story. So what the heck happened? Is this the house, by the way, is this happening at the house you currently live in?
This is the house I currently live in. This was a few years ago, about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And so it all started, I was in the bathroom in the morning, let's say brushing my teeth.
Let's say.
And I heard it was kind of a scraping noise.
Oh.
Like a scrape sliding noise above my head.
Ooh.
And I was like, that's weird.
I'm here alone.
Kind of sounds like a critter. And I thought maybe there's a squirrel on the roof. And so I went outside and was like, okay, I'm going to look around on the roof and see if I see anything. Didn't see anything. Go back in. Mm-hmm. Same place. Hear the scraping noise again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. There's not that many places that this could be happening. But I didn't really want to think about it at the time.
Sure.
So I kind of just ignored it.
Sure.
That's rule one. ignore
ignore
any
the problem.
creepy sounds
Yes.
happening. That's what I would do.
Of course.
I think that's just smart
common
thinking.
sense.
I think that's human nature.
Yeah.
Ignore the danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that'll probably go away. Well, next morning, same thing, same time. Yeah, I know. Scraping
Scraping on a schedule.
on a
It's just the house settling.
I was going to say it's the house suddenly.
Edgar Allan Poe novel, but it's like
sure is.
very prompt, telltale heart.
Yeah.
So at this point, I was like, I'm starting to get a little nervous. Also, around the same time, my dog had started to take an interest in this crawl space upstairs. So I have to describe how my house is set up. Above the bathroom is the attic, but the attic is actually a converted bedroom, and that's where I sleep.
Okay.
Oh,
night.
God.
Yeah. So it's
But
mostly
it's
finished.
big.
It's really
It's
finished except for on the sides there are these crawl spaces and there's like a little door with a latch.
And then does a little mouse come out with a hat?
It's not that
No.
little.
Okay. So what is exactly? Because I've never quite understood what a crawl space is. What is it? Except the place to put bodies.
It's like a weirdly exactly.
Yeah.
It's just a weirdly shaped part of the house that you can't do anything with except like store suitcases in, I guess.
Okay, so there's a door that opens up into it, but it's
Yes.
a small door, like what, a foot by foot or something?
No, this is more like 2 feet by 3 feet, let's say.
Gotcha.
But it's kind of in the eaves of the house, so it's on the
I get it now.
on the lower side, and yeah, I've just been using it for storage, but my dog is like whining and scraping, scratching near the door of this crawl space.
Hard
So
to
I was
ignore
like,
that.
It's you know that there's something there.
Yeah.
So I got a flashlight and I opened the crawl space door and
You're so brave.
flashed the light back there, and I did see 2 little beady eyes staring back
God,
at me.
oh God, oh God, oh
In a
God.
furry face. It was a raccoon.
Oh, God.
So it was a lot bigger. I was like, oh, there's probably rats in there.
Okay.
Looking back, that would have been better.
Wait, rats would have been better than a
Rats
raccoon?
would have been better.
So because you have a fear of raccoons.
No, I don't have a fear of raccoons, but as I will tell you, they're just a lot smarter and better equipped at fucking shit up than
They are a menace.
they're
Because I would have been like,
menace.
oh, cute.
Oh, I wouldn't, but I'd
Well,
be...
But I'm dumb.
No, you're not dumb. It's just, my fear of rodents of any kind.
Yeah.
Raccoons are rodents, right?
They are, yeah.
Okay.
And they're big.
They're big rodents.
Big rodents.
Yeah.
But they're just like smarter, and they have these human hands.
They do. They have
their
those
hands.
They have those little like black
And they have
hands.
their hands are really strong too. And there's something crazy where I read that they can sense things through their hands, like they can fish by just putting their hands under the water, and
my
they feel the
God.
elolectric currents
the
of the
fuck?
fish,
What?
and they don't have to look
What?
at them. Yeah,
And then they just go...
And then they pull it up.
With
Yep.
like staring
Oh my
you straight in the
God.
eyes. They just reach down in the
and
water
then they
pull
put
up
it in
your
their
fish.
mouth and they just pull out
That's
the skeleton.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
you're lost in the wild, follow a raccoon.
I guess, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and
you
they
want a
kill it.
raccoon buddy. They're going to catch some fish for you. Well, then you eat the raccoon. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. So I looked on the internet. That was the first thing I did, and everything is like, I Google.
Well, wait a second. I'm sorry. Back up 1 second.
Yeah.
So the dog is freaking out.
The dog's
you
freaking out.
open the door. You see the beady eyes.
See the beady eyes slam the door
You,
shut.
okay. So,
Yeah,
so did you immediately know it was a raccoon?
I could tell it was a raccoon.
Okay. So you immediately shut the door, which of course
Shut
is
the
white
door,
thing.
and I'm like,
Okay.
do I move? What do
Right.
I do?
I mean, burn the
Burn
house
the house
down.
down.
Yeah. That's my solution to anyone.
Yes.
Oh, I saw a mouse in my house. So what country are you moving
Yeah,
to?
exactly. How far can we get tonight?
Yeah.
So I look on the internet, and I start Googling raccoons and it like autofills the attic. And every entry is like, you need to get them out immediately because raccoons will like make this their home. They have squatters' rights and they will claim them in court.
Oh my
And
God.
California is extremely lenient about that.
Right.
They're the most liberal state for raccoons.
Yes,
they really
like for
protect raccoon
squatters.
rights.
It's like the musical Rent, right? They're just
Yes.
they're not going to pay their rent. They're just not gonna.
No.
Okay.
I think a raccoon actually wrote Rent.
It would explain a lot.
That does make sense.
And then the raccoon died of AIDS.
Yep.
Okay, I thought that's what happened. I was just making sure.
But it was unrelated to
Okay, right.
it being a squatter.
Right.
So, yeah, but all the stuff online is like, in the winter they like to find a cozy, warm space. Oh, they love
Was this
attics.
winter?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
the
and
winter.
your place is really cozy.
It's so cozy.
I've been there.
I
It's
know.
very cozy.
I like. researched hygge and have all these big chunky blankets. Oh, it's the Danish art of coziness.
Coziness, where where you have a lot of
art of coziness.
Yes, you got to look into this, Danielle. It's going to help you with winter coming in California.
Does it just say put a blanket on?
It's this concept of having candles lit always, having like a really
sheepskin
soft
rug,
blankets, cozy sweaters that don't itch, and then just like chilling out,
drinking tea,
lighting
and
a
being
fire
really hot by the fire,
and being relaxed.
Okay, I think I got it. I don't think I really need to research.
Yeah, no, you don't. There's
that's all there is to it.
But I don't think
there's books.
Oh yeah, Christ. You can get that book published.
It's sort of like that Marie Kondo book where it's like, I got it.
Right.
But this one involves getting more stuff.
Yes.
That's expensive.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, so raccoons will cozy out in your attic and they're really hard to get out. And then so I'm going to backtrack for a second. So at some point one morning I was in the bathroom, same time, same place, very regular. And
she eats her fiber, folks.
And I heard the scraping sound, the furry scraping sound, and then I heard growling and hissing.
Oh no!
And that's when I realized there were actually 2 raccoons.
Oh no!
At least. And so from my Googling, I found out, actually the reason they like to find these attics is because they're mating.
No, I was going to say, don't say mate. Don't say
and
mate.
they're going to have their litter in the attic.
Oh, no.
And then it's really like, it's over for you.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
This is in your bedroom?
It's in my bedroom. Okay.
You weren't playing Lenny Kravitz, were you?
I went back to sleep in the bedroom. I know.
But what are you going to do? It's your house.
I know.
I go to another room.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could have slept on the couch during this time.
Okay, but you're braver than I am. That's all.
But I wasn't getting any sleep.
Is the dog going bananas?
The dog was going bananas, and I have to also explain raccoons are nocturnal, and so something interesting about their schedule, they go out in the middle of the night to get food, and then they come back in the morning. So when I was hearing them above the bathroom in the morning, that was them coming home from a long night out.
How did they get in? Oh, I guess that'll come later.
Yes. Okay. So this was all pieces of the puzzle. And I was like, how do I get them? But the first thing I did, because I was looking up some home remedies for getting raccoons out.
Yes.
Which are?
And some of them were like, get some thick gloves and a pillowcase. And I was like,
fuck that.
Next.
But I did. Okay. Apparently they don't like loud thumping beats, like bass music.
They're not into dubstep or whatever.
So I put, I would just leave a radio with Kiss FM blasting all day long. Oh my God. All day and all night. And then they also don't like strobe lights. And so I set up a strobe light and the music. And so it was like a little
rave.
disco.
Yeah.
Did you put the strobe light inside of the crawl space?
Yes.
That's smart.
Wait, you opened the door?
Yes.
And put it in there? You weren't scared to open the door?
Well, I was like, that's probably not good. I mean, it's probably going to be right there. I knocked first.
Oh, that's nice.
They weren't waiting right at the door, like with their little minigun.
Little guns, finger guns. No, but I was like, I need to get them out of here. And I was trying to think of a humane way to do it. The one thing I didn't do that the internet recommended is apparently you can buy coyote urine, I think like on the dark web.
Yeah. Or maybe just Amazon.
Or maybe on Amazon.
Coyote urine, well, that's employee urine.
Yeah.
Coyote urine seems to be like the answer to a lot of things in life.
Yeah, right? Jellyfish stings?
Yeah.
But so, I did pee in the yard, and I had my boyfriend pee in the yard a few times just to.
What?
Wait. What?
Because you're supposed to put the coyote urine in the yard so that they don't want to come in the yard.
And you thought your own pee would be good.
I thought we're a predator, we're an apex predator,
sure,
but it didn't scare them at all.
No, they were like, these people pee in their yard. What the fuck?
Right?
Yeah, maybe we should have eaten asparagus or something. But so. Okay, none of that worked.
Okay.
None of that worked. And I still had to figure out where... Oh, and by the way, I'm not getting any sleep during this time because my dog is barking every time they get up in the night.
Yes.
And I hear the dog and then I'm like going to see if I can tell where they're getting out from. And so I was just like a walking mess.
Okay, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Maybe this comes later, so I don't want to jump ahead too much. Why did you just not call someone to remove them? Like ASPCA or something?
Well, so I looked it up. They don't really do that.
They don't do anything you want them to do. It's always like, oh, we don't do that.
No, they like don't want to mess with animals if it's not injured, basically.
Well,
but
I could fix that. Throw a book at its head. Now will you remove him?
Yeah. Well, so I did eventually call. So, I'll tell you the order of people I called.
I'm sorry.
Maybe you'll think that I was crazy too.
Okay.
And I think at the time I was just like, still felt bad because it's kind of a larger. I think I wouldn't have felt bad if they were rats, and that's why it would have been better. I would have just had them exterminated.
Right? Yeah.
But a raccoon is like a significant creature.
No, I didn't mean that. I wasn't implying you should have had them killed.
I know. But it also, they were back in this space. Like, so part of the problem was that they were in the rafters. They weren't in a place that was like accessible.
Okay.
By, by hand.
Okay.
I think the idea was like, I'm going to flush them out and then I'm going to seal up wherever they got in, which I was trying to figure out. So I did figure out eventually.
Okay.
Because I had someone come and look at the roof to make sure that there were no holes in the roof or in the rafters.
Yeah.
They found nothing. But finally I found there was a grate that was like on the bottom of the house.
Yes.
And they had pulled off the grate with their very strong hands. Strong human hands. Yes. And so I was like, okay, that's how they're getting in. And they're going up through the sides of the house. Because raccoons also, because they're rodents, can flatten their bodies. They basically are like gelatin body.
Ew.
And if they can get their skull through a hole, they can fit in
their whole
any
body.
hole. Yeah.
Whoa.
So repulsive.
Yeah. So there's videos
So they like
of them.
Spider-Man up the sides.
Yep.
With their little human hands.
And then they go right into my attic and pull out their weighted blankets.
Yep. They
settle in.
out and start love making.
Light a candle. Exactly. And then
Put on some Lenny Kravitz.
go
and
to the
at
bone
it.
zone. But so now that I'd figured out where they were coming in from, I was like, okay, thank God. So all I had to do was figure out in the middle of the night, if I just got up after they woke up and went outside, then I could board it back up.
Right.
And so so I set my alarm to wake up in the middle of the night.
Okay.
And
This sounds terrible.
I know. It was all terrible. And I had like put a piece of newspaper on the outside so I could tell that they had exited.
Oh, look at you.
And so then I
smart. And they had.
They had. And so I got my electric drill and I re-screwed the screws back in.
This is impressive.
I'm very impressed right now.
Well, it didn't work at all because they just fully unscrewed it again.
Wow.
Wait, they
have their own electric drill?
They have like a Phillips head thing on their finger that can just undo the screws.
Yes.
Wait, you didn't add anything else. You put the grate back up.
That was the
but
first thing I did.
You didn't add wood at this point.
I didn't. But then so then it was like that didn't work. Next night, same thing. Then I added wood.
Chevy Chase movie. This is absolutely insane. Okay. All right.
I know. I probably really did it the wrong way, but it all made logical sense.
It does.
At the time.
It does.
No,
I was heightening. I was using the comedic rules of heightening.
Right.
So then I put boarded it up, put a heavy thing in front of it.
Okay.
And they didn't get in, and I was like, okay, great.
Right.
Problem solved.
But then I heard the scraping sound again.
Oh, what?
I was like, what happened? Okay, turns out there's a dozen of these grates all around the house.
I thought you were going to say a dozen.
No.
There's the whole community of east side of LA raccoon population lives in Jessie's crawl space.
Yes, they're having orgies at night. But yeah, there's just tons of these grates, and they're just now they took off another one and they got in a different way. So I'm starting to feel really panicked, and also I'm getting nervous that one of them is going to have babies, and then the problem is if they have the babies don't go out at night. The babies stay in. So then if you accidentally board it all up, and there's babies in there,
you have dead
baby raccoons.
Oh,
I know, and then that smells really bad. Yeah, and it's sad, I guess. So I finally called the animal trapper.
Okay.
Yes.
I called an animal trapper, and he came, and he was exactly what you think an animal trapper would look like.
Okay.
But describe it for us, please.
It's basically
Big
like
beard.
Daryl from The Walking Dead. Maybe without the crossbow, but almost with a crossbow.
Okay.
I've never seen The Walking Dead, but I'm just gonna take
He had like long greasy hair,
Oh, perfect.
a lot of
Okay.
neck tattoos, gauges in his ears.
Oh God! Which is worse? The,
think his name
guy
is
with the gauges or the
Cody.
raccoons? How do I get the guy with the gauges out of my house? Who do I call for that?
You have to get a wolf. Yeah. And he came and set up a cage like right outside. He was like, we have to open up the spot that they
Right.
like to get into, let them go in, and then have a cage outside. And he put some cat food in it.
But now there are a dozen openings. You said.
Yes. Well,
So did he put cages around all of them?
No, but we tried to secure all of them except for one.
Okay, got it. So they'd have to go out.
So they'd have to go in and out of the same place. And another thing I should mention about the animal trapper is when I walked out to the car, we walked out to his truck, he had a skunk in the truck.
Oh, Jesus.
Not in the bed of the truck, inside the truck.
Skunk in the trunk.
Yeah, in a cage.
Oh,
He was hardcore. So he set up this cage with cat food in it, and I was supposed to check every morning to see if the raccoon is in the cage. Well, like for the next 3 mornings, I get up and the food is gone, but the raccoon's not there.
Jesus God.
So I had to call him back, and he's like, "Oh, they're really smart.
You've got smart raccoons.
They figured out how to
Yeah.
get the food without releasing the trigger of the cage.
How?
I don't know. They're probably like Googling it.
Yeah.
They had a conversation ahead of time before
Yeah.
they went into the cage. They were like, okay, those are one of those cages that has a trap door, so
Right.
we know how to do this.
It's the guy with the skunk. The skunk told us what to do.
We've seen him before.
It's that greasy guy with the gauges.
You know,
Yeah.
It looks like the guy from The Walking Dead.
But so finally, after like a week of waiting, there was a raccoon in the cage
Oh,
in the
okay.
morning. It was there. I was like, I got you.
Was it pissed?
It was so pissed.
I bet it was like,
it was hissing at me. I know. And I thought, and then I started kind of feel bad. And I was like, no, Jessie, stay strong.
Yes. Don't let
It's
it back
me or
out.
it. Yeah. So I called the guy. He comes and picks it up. And supposedly they leave the raccoon like miles away.
Okay.
They release it.
Yes.
But I don't know. I didn't ask any questions.
Yeah. You were just like,
It went upstate
Whatever
to
you
a
want
farm.
to do with it
Yeah.
is fine.
take it away.
At this point,
But this leaves the question,
is there more than one raccoon?
because you thought there was
Yes.
two. Okay.
Correct. So then we had to set up another cage and wait like many days. But what I think had happened, because at this point, so usually what the females do is after they mate, they kick the males out because the males, if they're around when the babies are born, they eat the babies.
Of course.
I never
like
understand
every species.
why. Though why is that a biological?
Maybe they're delicious.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. You know what?
That's a really good point.
You know what? Enough said.
Human beings are the only ones who haven't figured this out yet.
Yeah. I mean, maybe
Babies
if the
are
dads ate a
delicious.
human baby, they'd be like, why haven't we been doing
Been
this?
sleeping on this.
They're so good.
Yeah,
Oh, it's like a delicacy.
I know. QAnon is right.
Yeah.
So my suspicion was that the female had kicked out the male, and it was in the exact time in between when the male was gone and before the babies came
Okay.
that she got trapped.
Oh wait, they knew it was the female who was trapped.
Yes, it was a female was trapped.
And did he verify that she was pregnant?
He did not.
Okay.
But that was just maybe she's infertile. I don't know.
He might have given her a home pregnancy test later.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Had her
Pee
penis
on the
stick.
stick. Right.
And just Jessie didn't need to know that.
Yeah.
But so I was like, okay, I think we're clear. I called. There's a special company you can call that raccoon proofs your house, and the way that they do it is they like double. The grates have now like double wire, like really hard wire mesh on them, plus these giant saucers all around and giant screws.
Okay.
So they're like
Yeah.
industrial strength, and that's so far.
Yes.
Well, it's been a few years,
So
right?
it's been a few years. However, every year,
no.
these raccoons have come back. So now what I think it's the mother and her 2 children, because there's 3 raccoons that come back to my yard and they climb up in the tree next to the house and they stare at me like, we know what
yes.
you did.
No, they don't.
You
Yes,
have to.
they do.
We have to post this on
There's a
Instagram
photo.
too. But please show Danielle the photo because it's
Okay.
every time I show this picture to my kids, they laugh so
They're
hard.
just staring
Oh my
at.
gosh, how am I going to find it?
It's okay. You can just show me
I'll find it
afterwards.
after.
Yeah,
we'll
but
put
it's-
it. We'll put it.
We'll put
Yeah,
it
yeah.
on the page. on the page, on our Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all the places, because it's delightful.
Oh my God.
It's harrowing.
So
It's
they were the
hilarious.
ones who were supposedly taken away.
So
but
I
they
think the mother brought back her children
to fuck with Jessie.
to fuck
right?
with me. Yeah,
because
to threaten me.
It is like a picture like that the raccoon is like,
Interesting.
Smirking.
I'm still
we're just waiting for you to let
watching
down
you.
your
What else
guard.
you got, bitch?
And you guys, okay. So this is the worst part. Recently, in the morning, in the bathroom, I've started to hear the scraping noise.
no.
Just a couple of times, but then I'm like, or is it just my imagination?
Do you look in the mirror and then in the reflection is a raccoon over your shoulder?
There's like one paw over
I
on her
take
shoulder.
a shower,
Yes.
and then in the steam on the mirror is written, "I know what you did last summer."
with a paw print.
The paw print.
Oh my God. So wait, but you're positive you got the other one out. The other one was out before. The male was
one
out.
baby.
I mean, I
what
don't
if she
know.
gave birth to one baby?
It's all sealed up now. So
It's all
how
sealed
would it
up,
be
so the
getting?
baby would be
How would
dead.
it be getting in
No,
and out?
it
I don't know.
lived on the food that was left behind.
But
Maybe
wait,
it was
you're-
always dead.
But you're
Go.
dead. Have you considered the fact that you're dead? Oh my God. The raccoon has one paw on the tree as if, and it's actually looking over the fence.
Yeah.
Look at this, Karen. This is a vindictive
Oh,
animal.
son of a bitch. Yeah.
But and she has two babies with her.
and there's two others. Yeah.
Oh man,
and they're just
the
like, we're
best
watching
thing.
you.
she is trash.
And it might be like velociraptors where you're looking at her and the two others are coming from behind.
Yeah.
Yep.
So are you scared?
I'm terrified. I don't want. It was just like it was such an ordeal, and it was months of my life. It felt
Months?
like it was like 6 weeks that all of this was happening.
Oh my God.
And I live in fear that they will come back. And
don't blame you.
that they're going to be there to stay this time. And I kind of think that maybe that's why the people before me in this house left.
Oh, it's one of those.
This is Amityville horror of raccoons.
Yes. How many days running, or have you heard it again? Or is it just once?
hasn't been running. It's been like twice over the last few weeks.
And your dog is not going crazy.
My dog's not going
Okay.
crazy. It's
Okay.
just a sound, and I'm like, was that the wind, or
Maybe
was that?
it was a.
We are in Santa Ana winds right
Yeah.
now, so it could just be wind scratching
my-
tree
or
branches.
PTSD. Yeah,
Could be that.
Oh my God.
Could be a rat infestation.
It could be. Thank God.
You know
I
what?
hope it's just a rat.
Just pray for a rat
know.
infestation.
You sometimes put on eyeliner to go out and then think, I'm becoming one of them.
It's like Black Swan.
Yes.
Yes. And I look down at my
Yes.
little black hands, and they're
Yes. Oh my God.
yeah, and they're and then I'm catching fish in the water.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Yes.
pulled like a weird black hair out of
Yes. It's
a
like
strange part of your
animal.
body?
And I'm suddenly an amazing ballet dancer.
Yeah.
Are you just finding yourself really fascinated with foil?
They are one of those creatures that like they look so cute from
Yeah.
afar.
I know. They do look
And
cute.
then have you seen I'm Karen, maybe you know. Are you familiar with the Studio Ghibli movies? Okay, do you know
Yeah.
the one about the it's a lesser known one, but if you Google raccoon testicles,
Oh,
you will find this
it's weird. I haven't
That's the
googled that
only
yet.
raccoon thing I haven't Googled yet.
it's the Studio Ghibli movie, and I cannot remember what it's called. But these raccoons float down from the sky using their ball sacks
Whoa!
as a sort of balloon-like
Definitely haven't seen that one.
parachute type thing. And it's famous because it's so. I rented it when Oliver was little.
Yeah.
and I didn't know it was.
Well, we'll
gonna
watch
come.
it.
We
'Cause
just
I think the
cracked
whole
up.
collection is on HBO right now.
Oh, is it okay?
Fun.
So we
Yeah.
can all watch it.
Yeah,
Everyone.
I don't
Are
know.
you
It might be
finding
too
anything?
scary for me.
Pompoko.
Pompoko.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not one of the more famous ones, but it's famous for this. Well, Jessie, that was an incredible, harrowing,
Yeah.
and hilarious story.
Well, but I think the moral, I mean, like you said, I think it's like you just got to go to the next. You want to be nice to these things, but you can't because that's how they get you. Is when you show them mercy.
Right.
So
Like an overseas boyfriend sending you random requests for money.
Yes, exactly. Exactly like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Jessie, we can't thank you enough.
Oh, thank you
for being
guys.
on the show.
Thank you for this podcast.
You're welcome.
Yes.
It's great. I love living through other people's fears and
Yes.
gaining new fears.
I know.
That's what we're here for.
I've got a new one now. I'm scared to death of raccoons all of a sudden. But thank you so
Thanks for
much.
coming.
This was so much
Thank
fun.
you. This was really fun.
We will listen to Inside Conan, and we will watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
I can't wait for both.
and everything else you do.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much content out there. It's okay if you don't.
No, I'm going to. I want to support everything that you do in your life.
Well, likewise. Thank you.
Thanks.
And thanks for helping us all survive. Wait, do you guys have like a tagline yet?
It's like, see you later.
Yeah, it's like, bye. I think that's what we do. We just go, bye.
See ya in hell.
Yeah. Once again, thank you so much, Jessie Gaskell. You are hilarious. And we will be right back.
Don't go anywhere.
So what did we learn on this week's episode, Kristine? We learned that, like Bob Dole, you like to hold a pencil.
It's a Blackwing pencil.
Yep. We learned that also you personally set 2 killers free.
Sorry about that.
We learned if you're going to get the fatal funnel, skip the raspberry sauce. Also, if the police are coming to save you, don't shoot them. We also learned that you shouldn't be a hero, especially if your name is Billy. Don't hogtie your assailants. And if we had to, gun to head, we would pick Jason Momoa over Lenny Kravitz.
For sure. I don't even need a gun to my head.
And most importantly, we learned that raccoons are not going to pay rent, that they hold grudges, and that as babies, they're delicious. We also have a correction. I apologize to all those in the raccoon community. Raccoons are not, in fact, rodents. They are mammals like you or I, which is somehow even more terrifying.
Yeah, I have a couple of corrections.
Great.
From former episodes.
Okay.
Let's just call this segment, well, actually.
Yeah, because we get things wrong sometimes, and we can admit that.
We probably get a lot of things wrong.
Yeah.
Our first correction is coming from friend of the show, Jill McAllister Collins. And I appreciate this, Jill. This was from our Wildfires episode. And she said, I enjoyed the podcast very much about survival, but she's worried that we don't know how to use fire extinguishers.
Yeah.
She is a safety officer, was a safety officer, and had to learn how to use fire extinguisher. And so she's letting us know, remember this PASS, P-A-S-S.
Okay.
Pull the pin.
Oh.
Aim at the base of the fire. Squeeze the handle. Sweep back and forth at the base of the fire.
I love it.
Right?
I love it. Pass.
Okay.
Pull the pin. Aim at the base of the fire.
Squeeze.
Squeeze
the handle.
the handle, and then sweep back and forth.
You
Love
got
it.
Thank you, Jill.
Thank you, Jill.
You know what? You might have saved many people's lives just
Yes.
now. Many, many
Thank
people.
you. Anything else we screwed up?
One more correction that's coming from another friend of the show, Michelle Eller, who also happens to be my cousin.
Oh.
Wonderful person. And a delight. I like her because she likes the show.
Well, I like her for that reason too.
That's not
you
the
had
only-
no reason to like her before this.
No, I have a lot of
No?
reasons, but that's one of my favorites. So she wanted to let us know. This is from our Bears episode. She says, FYI, black bears are black like a new yoga pant is black, and brown bears are like a teddy bear brown, unlikely to confuse the two.
Oh, that's great, because we weren't sure if they were like so dark brown that it would be confused with a black bear, but there's a definite distinction.
So we don't have to worry, it sounds like.
Okay.
I think that's it for our, well, actually.
Yeah, we'll probably get lots more. And if you have corrections, you should write us.
Yeah, Gmail us, tweet at us.
Yeah.
Facebook at us, Instagram at us. There's so many ways to connect with us, but please.
Yeah. On Twitter, we're Pod How to Survive.
And on Instagram, the same.
And on Facebook, you can find us at How to Survive.
Very easily.
And if you want to email us,
Podcast howtosurvive@gmail.com.
perfect.
Please.
Easy peasy.
Like us.
Yeah, and also if you can...
Wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, and if you have the time to leave a review and rate the show,
Only
that
if
would
it's
be-
a 5. I don't want any reviews if they're not 5s, please.
Well, that's a good point.
Please, people.
Even if you want to trash us, give us a 5 and then trash us in the review. Why not? You could say you did it ironically.
I guess. But I don't want my feelings to be hurt. I'm sensitive.
I know. I'm sensitive.
Should we make this longer, or do you think this is good?
I think we're good.
All right. Tune in next week.
Yeah.
Another fabulous episode coming your way.
And again, we want to thank our guest today, Jessie Gaskell, and our producer, Garen Cockrell.
He is the best person. You should just send money to him.
Yeah, it wouldn't be unprecedented.
No.
Okay. Thanks. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey y'all, this just in. I've got a well actually on my well actually from friend of the show, Jessie Gaskell. Sorry, cousin Michelle. It turns out your information was for Appalachia only. This is black bears in California. The only species of bears in California are black bears. However, they range in color from blonde to black, with cinnamon brown being the most common color. So any bear you see in California is going to be a black bear, but it might be any color.
What the hell?
I guess, yeah. So,
and what was the source on this, Chris?
The U.S. government.
Okay, well, it's true then, and I believe it. That's just crazy. I guess it's how like dark-haired people can be born blonde.
Exactly, and we remember our rhyme for black bears: black, fight back.
Right. Brown,
lie down.
lie down.
All right, we're good.